Hello and welcome to another arousing edition of Trending Topics with BB. Yes, this is another time for another episode, another podcast for you to download, listen, repeat, share, do what you will. I'm on multiple platforms, so you can't not miss me. I do want to remind you, though, that today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/trendingtopicswithbb. There are over 150,000 titles for you to choose from that could be placed on your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle, or any other MP3 player. That's excluding the Zune because, well, we know what happened to the Zune. Rest in peace. Anyway, on this rousing edition of Trending Topics with BB, yes, I am your host, Brooke Brown, where the BB... you just got it. Anywho, this week's topic is what makes me tick. And if you're new, this is some information that might make you more want to pay attention to my content, my thoughts, my dreams, my hopes. Yes, I'm one of those people. What makes me tick? Well, first, if you haven't noticed, I'm a huge music buff. Excluding country music, because that's not music, but I don't mean to offend the fans out there. That's just my opinion. Heaven forbid we have differing opinions, if you know what I mean. Oh, and before I want to continue in that aspect, I heard the tragic news, and I'm so sad and sorry to all those people that are fans, but yes, you lost a member of your band, and that's what I'm talking about. That is One Direction. Zion has left. I know you're in a mourning, and to all you One Direction fans, I apologize, but boy band history repeats itself. They might get back together. Be optimistic. Anywho. So back to this whole music thing. So if you haven't noticed, I pretty much love music. That's to put it lightly. And, it started at a very, very, very young age. I grew up with my folks playing music, all different kinds of music. Hell, I used to like country back in the day. Just putting it out there for Garth Brooks fans out there. Anyway, excuse me. But that led me to deciding to become a musician. I play saxophone, not as often as I would hope to, but maybe I'll play saxophone one of these times on this podcast. What do you say? If you want me to play saxophone on this podcast, you have to download, share, demand it. Put it in the comments wherever this is posted. Make me an honest woman, if you know what I mean. But back to that. My father was a musician when he was young, so music kind of has really been something in my life that is very positive. But I know everybody loves music. You love music in your own way. I'm not going to tell you how to love, hate, or not, or have a love and hate relationship with music. Hell, I'm not here to fuck up your mojo, to say. And another thing that makes me tick, I'm going to move right along, is sports. You may have noticed that if you've been following my lovely endeavors. I love me some sports. I love me some sports drama. Yes, I'm heavily into March Madness as we speak. Go Arizona Wildcats, bear down. I had to put that little plug in there. It is my podcast, after all. I'm an alumni. Well, an alum to go with the alumni. But, to continue, I kind of feel like those are mutually exclusive. Because if you go to a sporting event, how many times are you thinking how many times have you heard music? How many times are music used to help broaden the emotion, the passion, the instance in the game where it could be the game-winning shot, the game-winning goal, the game-winning run, you name it. They're kind of mutually exclusive, so it kind of makes sense that I would fall in love with both of them. Grew up playing sports, grew up being a musician, voila. And that's one of the things that makes me tick. But on a deeper note, maybe I should take out the sarcasm in my voice, but on a deeper note, what makes me tick? The ability for people to say what the fuck is on your mind, having your opinions. Yes, things do offend people, and there are some ways to say things, but having different opinions and being open and being upfront and honest and keep staying true to yourself, that is a huge thing that makes me tick. I mean, huge. I don't agree with people that say that you can't be yourself. And that even includes my sarcasm. I grew up being sarcastic, been around sarcastic people. I find sarcasm, and it has been proven to be a form of intelligence. So again, that's another thing that leads to me. What makes me tick is an intelligence. If you're intelligent, you stay to yourself, you try to learn, you're really attractive to me. And if you're hearing a little background noise, I apologize for my air conditioning, because I live in a place where we require air conditioning. But, and one thing, I do want to remind you people just tuning in to the podcast, which I don't know how you could just tune in because, well, this is a recorded podcast. But for you listeners of Trending Topics of BB, this podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download for a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. And I do want to remind you that, yes, despite them being a sponsor, I actually have tried their service, and I'm quite pleased with Audible. And the fact that me being a non-reader, I'm now reading, but in a more auditory way. Think about it. Back to the topic at hand, that what makes me tick. So we've gone over music, we've gone over sports, we've gone over staying true to yourself, we've gone over intelligence, we've gone over... Oh wait, that leads me to this. Another thing that makes me tick is basically the ability to give back in some way. Everybody has their idea of what giving back is, whether it's donating to a cause, participating in a cause event by raising money, whether it's handing out some change, some loose change to somebody in need, whether it is volunteering at a shelter. I mean, the possibilities are endless. The best thing that we can do, though, when somebody is to give back, and we all have ideas of what giving back is to not judge those that give back in their own way, because everybody has a reason for being gravitating towards that. And I believe that it goes along with the no judgment. So I think another thing that makes me tick is no judgment along with that. So, in this interesting podcast, because some people have wanted to know what makes me tick in terms of things that they may or may have not known based on whether or not they have followed me on social media or have known me for a while, it should be pretty clear. And again, from the bottom of my heart, though, all kidding aside right now, I appreciate all those people that are out there listening to this podcast and support my endeavor to get my ideas and thoughts out into the world that is not necessarily in text, because we are auditory and visual creatures. And again, you can find me at brookembrown.com. You can find all kinds of information there. Sometimes I do write a little bit of the thing called a blog. There sometimes is other shout-outs. You can find my other projects that I'm involved with having to do with certain things that I listed makes me tick at the beginning of this podcast. But I do not want to waste the rest of your hump day, because this was recorded on a hump day. Mike. Yeah, that commercial. Anywho. Thanks again for tuning in. And I can't wait to talk at you with another topic of choice that is trending at the time. and looking forward to that special bond we have. And again, thanks again, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.